Hello everybody, thank you for joining us. Today we'll be doing a running pose with some foreshortening. So we'll be utilizing the same image in the future for perhaps doing another character. But right now we will do extreme foreshortening in a running pose. So to get started, we could start there. That is the delt arm, because that is in the foreground. Elbow and possibly the hand. So arm that way. Now around this we're going to put up the frame, so that is necessarily the back. We'll put two lines, 1, 2, like that. So just a collection of shapes for now. And right here we'll put in that far apart the other delt in the background, and there we have the other hand. So that is significantly smaller than this because it's in the background, this is in the foreground, and that's where our foreshortening is involved. So right here is the collar structure, and right around here is this guy's head. Right, so lower torso right there, and the more dynamic thing is to have that leg going right here and the foot going right here, because we are looking at this not just from this angle but from an angle like that. So it's going like that, like really zooming in from that angle. So there are certain things that are showing smaller from more than one angle or perspective, and right there is the very small leg going back. This can be made a little bit bigger. So that is our frame that we have put together to make this person, to have this person, to give him a sort of a groundwork to go with. But now we are going to put in over those shapes. So right there is the hand. You could put in a thumb, or it might not be visible from that angle. It all depends on what angle the hand is placed. And there's the chest like going in. There's the delt going into the back. Adjoining muscles might show here, or you might just like let them go. And there's the back, the upper back. On either side you could show details depending on what the person is wearing. Really, it all depends, and of course it'll switch or it will change with what you are really basing your artwork on. And right there, like going under the groin, round for the calf. So more helpful if you're just doing the structure by itself. Ankle, heel, foot. So we got that much out of the way. Now you have to imagine that the other leg is of course in the background, and it's coming like right up like there. There's the knee, and again going downward there's foreshortening again. So it's not as difficult as it looks, not necessarily. It just needs a little practice, and I would recommend that the entire exercise be done in pencil because it's a little more dynamic to work with when you can make mistakes and keep on changing things, switching things around. It's just more, it's just better that way. So right here, because the person is, it's like he has a target he's running toward, have something at full steam, so you have to have the eyes like at least like that low. They could be placed even lower, but that all depends again on how much of an extreme action you want out of this guy. And there's the back arm right there, the delt, and that will also be essentially, it'll be a fist. So we'll go like that, thumb, and then we'll just put in those handles in place for the fist. So there we have a running person going about his business, about his very fast business. Now if there was a shadow falling in from above, we are going to put in some tones rather quickly, and they're going downward. So I am highlighting areas which are necessarily away from the light, particularly the lower part of the body. So if you're using colors, you will definitely, if you want details in there, you'll definitely have to put in a mixture of tones to give this guy that shading or that collection of shadows that he needs to get going, especially this thigh that is on the, that's right tucked into his torso, will also be most definitely in shadow, unless you want to show another light source coming from the other side. And then of course, as I've always said, that you can play around with light angles and see how things fall together to make that awesome image that you're looking for. So right now, just going with a quick tossing of tones and shadows of how, if you take a quick shortcut, it will come through. So he's wearing some sort of, again, like some fatigues for running, but I don't necessarily, I don't have essentially a shirt on him right here. I think to examine tones, it's actually better if it's shirtless, because when we are talking about primary sketching, anatomy is always best highlighted without a shirt. It also gives you more to work with. But right there we have the tones and shadows thrown in, and if there's a shadow falling like right under him, you will also show a significant part of the shin in perhaps fading shadow, as opposed to the one right under the calf, or right one tucked right here inside his body. So there we have it, a quick exercise in putting together a figure running with this dynamic foreshortening pose. Please do try it out, and you will find similar images on Google, but this is the one easy way of getting around it. Thank you for watching. Please do subscribe, keep in touch. Have yourself a wonderful day.